Hi! In today's video, I'll be making TBR jar prompts. So I'll be showing you if maybe you were planning to make your own, or if you want to add a few to the ones you already have. And the thing is, I actually painted my own TBR jar with my book club. We all painted something and I decided to make a little jar. This is it! I just put on TBR and then I did like a kind of patchwork idea. So the top has these two little patches, and then there are a few that have like flowers or little dots, but I didn't have time to do all of them. But I was able to do a few, and I thought that was pretty cute. And I do like these stitches, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. And this is the inside. The only thing is I forgot to do the inside of this one as well. I didn't have time to do the inside myself, so Ivana, a friend of mine, actually did that while I was doing the top. It was like a time crunch. But once I have written all the prompts, I'll put them in here. And then for April, I think I'm gonna pick a few. I'll probably have more time for audiobooks. So I need to remember that when picking a TBR, that I can also look at Storytel and pick like an audiobook. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's get into actually making the TBR jar prompts. So the sad thing is that I have to use sticky notes and I'll be wasting this part of the paper, but I forgot to actually buy colored paper. So what I'm going to start with is the cover of a book. So I think maybe the color of the cover. So what I'm going to write down is pink cover. Oh, you're going to notice that my handwriting is not that good. So yeah, I hope you can read it, but I'll tell you what I'm doing, so you'll know what's written down if you can't read it. I don't want to put all the cover things up here, because then I'm gonna know that this color is the cover thing. So blue cover, black cover. I feel like a black cover is maybe like a fantasy or a horror. Purple cover. Is anyone annoyed with the fact that I didn't put purple here and I didn't put blue here or pink there? But I'm doing that on purpose, because otherwise I'd also know. I mean, in the end, I'll have so many that I won't know, but you know what I'm saying. I think also white cover. Oh. Oops. Is this enough space? We're figuring it out together. I feel like that's fine. 2 words title. 1 word title. I also do challenges sometimes, so I think I'm going to write down Rory Gilmore challenge. A little free library book might be a fun idea. And I did also put down buy a new book, because that's fun too, of course. Okay, I put down a few more. So I have a new release, a favorite author, finishing or continuing a series, a debut author, scavenger hunt, books I have been putting off, and the 26 for 2026 challenge that I need to get to at some point. I'm just gonna cut them up and fold them. Yeah, that's not the best handwriting. But I mean, you can see what it says. It's fine. I know what it says. I can read my own handwriting. To be fair, sometimes in school I made notes and then I'd look back at them and I wouldn't know what it said, because I'd be writing it down so quickly, because teachers talk quite fast and like the presentation goes on, so you need to be quick. But then my writing is so sloppy that I can't even read it back myself. In high school, I used to be one of the only people in the class that would make the homework. And then the day off during a break or something, a friend of mine would write all the answers that I put down in her handwriting. And then she'd make a picture of that and send it to the whole class, or at least a lot of the people. And that way they could actually write down what it said, because they weren't able to read my handwriting. Yeah, let's check where the sticky part is. Okay. I wrote down Goodreads challenge and book girlie's book, and book club. What did I write? Book clubble? Book clubble. Okay. Uh, that's what? Okay. But those are all of the book clubs. Fable Decide, I think they do like if you click pick a book for me, they just pick one off of your TBR. And the same for, oh, Goodreads. Let Goodreads decide. Okay. Then we have let Pinterest decide, and I also have let a friend pick or let my boyfriend pick, and do a Insta poll, but my Insta is actually private, so it's only people from high school or something, I don't know, and they don't know I have this account. So maybe I'll just do a poll in my book club. I'll figure it out if I get it. Ooh, matching a book that matches like my nails or my clothes, my outfit. I think that's gonna be fun. I guess I could also just write down genres. I think what could also be fun is a seasonal pick. So current season. So we've done cover colors and cover words, but I think we could also do like vibes maybe. So a summer vibe or a beach vibe, or maybe like a flower on the cover or a snake on the cover, stuff like that. But I could still do like longest book I own and shortest book I own. It sounded like I had more ideas, but no, I could do those two, definitely. I'd love to actually fill this up because it's already halfway, maybe. I mean, unless I push it down, but I'm not going to do that. So I put down numbered chapters or titled chapters, because I think a lot of books actually have numbered chapters, but some still do have titled chapters. I put down a few more. Fairy tale retelling, witchy vibes, animal on the cover, beach vibes, hyped book, famous author, Japanese author. And now I'm just thinking of what else I can put down. I think with making a TBR jar, it's fine to add stuff to it later, because then you pull a few out and then you realize like, oh, maybe this would have been more fun, and you can just add them in. I'm gonna put down potential for, no, for a 5-star. Then maybe it's also fun to put down like lowest rated on Goodreads. And then also highest rated. Sometimes I have a TBR and I don't get to the book. But what would you call that? Okay. Old TBR pick. That way I have a chance of getting to the books that I had already picked but wasn't like able to get to. So let's cut these up. I just checked my notes and I put down a few more. So I have male writer, female writer, match cover, current read, and title with a number. And I thought match cover with a current read is pretty fun because that way I can chat a little bit about the book that I'm currently reading. Maybe I could also do cover that matches like my 5-star favorite or prettiest cover. That's also fun. What else could be nice? Maybe a cover matching the vibes of my favorite food. You know, once I read it, I'll have to figure that one out. I do have different dishes that I really like. So I really like sushi or pokeball, but I also love raclette cheese. I don't know how to say that the right way, but that cheese with potato, it's so nice. And I also really like lasagna. And I guess if a book would match lasagna, it'd be like chapters of different point of views, because then it's like layered. You know, that makes sense, kind of. I've written down a few more ideas. So I have a book that has been on my TBR for over a year or for more than 2 years, a book that I recently bought or a book that I was gifted, a cozy book, a book with a bodyguard trope, or a book with fake dating. I really like fake dating. I don't know why I forgot to put that down, but it's in there now. I also put down like a book that was adapted into a TV series or a movie. I also wrote down a book that starts with the word the, or a book with a silver or gold cover, like title or just something in the cover, which immediately made me think of Mate because it has a silver moon. Also, a book that I think might be funny or a book that I think might make me cry. And I forgot to put down dystopian, so I did also add that one. And something else you could think about adding is like published in a certain year. So I added published in my year of birth, my birth year. What? How do you call that? The year I was birthed. And I think there are way more ideas out there, and if you have a few that you think are really good, then you can add them in the comments. And I'll add them to the jar. But for now, I think it's fine because the jar is actually full. So I think I did pretty good. It might be time to actually pick a few. This is going to be the first time. I've never done this concept, so very exciting. Hi, I am seated on the floor with my TBR jar and my TBR card. I'm going to pick the first one, and I did jumble them up before putting them in, so it's not that the first one is on the bottom. It's mixed in, so I don't know what I'm going to pick. Can I can't really put it down, so I'll just hold it like this. Ooh, okay, first one. Okay, the first one is a spicy book. Let's have a little look. I know. I know what I want to pick. Mate by Ellie Hazelwood. A month or 2 months ago, I read Bride and I really enjoyed it. So I'm very excited to get to Mate. And this does have a silver moon. And when I made the prompt like silver or gold on the cover, I was thinking of this book. So I'll have to think of something else if I get that prompt. But I'm very excited to get to this one. This is such a good start. I'm very happy with this pick. Ooh, this is a good one. Goodreads challenge. So I have a book club pick. It's called Jane Austen's Bookshelf. That is actually a book I'm currently reading, but I still have to finish it. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit and pick that one. Not me already cheating the first time doing the TBR jar, but yeah, I'm gonna pick that one. And that way I can pick more books right now. So honestly, it's just smart thinking, you know? Like, it makes sense. Okay, next up. Oh, I have another pink one. I'm gonna show you first. What does it say? I see it backwards, I can't see. Current season vibes. Okay, so it's spring. It is still really cold. It kind of feels like winter, but it's the beginning of spring. Hmm. Yes, I know. I'm gonna do Just Friends by Haley Pam. Pham? How do you know? I don't know. In case you didn't know, she is a booktuber, pretty famous, so I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you might also know her. But she's a famous booktuber and she has written her first book, so it's actually also a debut. It's a romance book, and I think the cover is really okay. It might be a bit summer vibes because are they on the beach? Um, but it's like it's a new author, and I feel like in spring, new flowers bloom and new babies are born and new animals are born. So, like new beginnings, I feel like that's kind of spring vibes. So, a new author, that's spring vibes, I would say. So, yeah, Just Friends by Haley Pam is up next. And I am gonna listen to the audiobook because it is on Storytel. I have energy and time to listen to audiobooks, but reading a book, I need to actually make time for it. I am a person that will probably get into a lot of audiobooks during my internship, but once the summer holiday starts, I'll be reading a lot of physical books. But yeah, for now, audiobooks are kind of the way to go for me. But because it's an audiobook, I feel like I can pick another one because it's going to be so easy to get to. So, yeah, let's pick another one. Okay. Ooh, okay. A dystopian book. I don't know if I have any right now. I'm gonna have to have a look at this card. Okay. This is going so quickly because I immediately find one. I am pretty sure this was on my TBR last month and I didn't get to it. Again. But I don't know for sure if it's dystopian, but it is sci-fi, and he's stranded on Mars and he has no way to communicate, and he might suffocate because the water reclaimer breaks down and like the habitat breaches. I don't think it's dystopian. I think it's sci-fi, but it does have a element of like the probability of not surviving. But I'll continue searching. But yeah, this is a contender. This might be a good option. Okay, so it's The Vegetarian by Han Kung. Terrifying and terrific, an extraordinary experience. Surreal and spellbinding, brutal and beautiful, a novel of sexuality and madness that deserves its great success. Startling, The Vegetarian is a story about metamorphosis, rage, and the desire for another sort of life. I think that fits it pretty well, actually. Yeah, I think this is more funny and sci-fi, and I think this is actually more of a dystopian vibe. I think it's a woman that turns into a tree. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I think this is as close to dystopian as I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go for The Vegetarian. It does mean I already have 4 books, and usually I go for 4 books, but one of the books is an audiobook that I've like 2 hours left. So I'm gonna pick one more. Ooh, okay, it's blue. I didn't yet get a blue one. I'll show you first. Oh, I had it the wrong way. Oh, published in your year of birth, which is 2000. Oh no. um, okay. How am I ever gonna. Okay. I have no idea where it even says when it was published. I've never looked at any. Okay, first appeared 1873. Why did I just pick this up like, yeah, that's 2000. That's embarrassing. That's stupid. Okay. Oh, ooh. Okay, the cover design, it says Phaedrus 2000. Does that mean, what does that mean? Okay. No. No, 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 never mind. It says 2018. First published 2020. Okay. How am I gonna do this? 2010. Okay, so I already have 2 romance books, so I think I don't want to go for another romance. But then what else am I gonna go for? Okay, 2011. Yeah. 2014. 2017. This is not going great. Okay, let me look at the other side. Or, oh, I'd love to read this one, actually. But I know it's not 2000. 2021. Okay. That's not even close. 1993. 2012. No. 2006. That's coming close, I guess. 1988. 2020. Yeah. I'm just gonna give up and pick another one. But I'm gonna put it back in. So at some point, I'll be more committed to looking for it, but no. My first TBR jar, and it's going great. We've got another one. Let's just pretend that this is the 5th one. Ooh, what does it say? Okay, that's nice. And then I might actually get to it. Less than 200 pages. I think I might actually choose The Water Horse, which is a children's book. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. It's 77 pages, which, I mean, that's just gonna be easy to get to, and I think it's gonna be cute. I don't know, sometimes I just like to read a children's book because, like, you don't have to think about anything, it's just vibes. I was planning on only picking 2 books, but now I have a TBR of 5 books because it's just so much fun to do these prompts. But okay, just to recap, a dystopian book, and for that prompt I chose The Vegetarian. Current season 5s, and for that one I chose Just Friends. A Goodreads challenge, and for that one I chose Jane Austen's Bookshelves. A spicy book, and for that one I chose Mate, which is actually continuing a series, so that's always good. And then I have under 200 pages, and for that one I chose The Water Horse, which I didn't tell you what it's about. It's about the Loch Ness Monster. Yeah. And Mate, in case you didn't know, is a vampire werewolf romance. Actually, Bright was a vampire werewolf romance, but I don't know if this is also going to include vampires. Maybe it's just werewolves. Not sure, but I really enjoyed the last one, so I think it's going to be fun. So those are the 5 books that I decided to pick, and if you have any ideas for me for other TBR prompts, or if you know a book that has been published in the year 2000, let me know, because I have no idea. And thank you so much for joining me in making my first TBR prompts and doing this for the first time. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe if you want to see more of me and more of these videos. I will see you next Wednesday. Bye! Am I supposed to like put the prompts back in? You know what You know what I'm gonna do? Put a little curl, or on the back. I'm gonna put a stripe that I've done it once. Or I'm gonna put the name of the book. Okay, I did put the name of the book on the back. I'll show one. Like for Goodreads challenges, I put on the back Jane Austen's Bookshelf, and then I'm just gonna fold it and put it back in. But that way, if I get it, I can decide if I can use it again, if it's a prompt that's like fun to use again, or if I just want to put it back in. I don't know. I have to figure that out at some point.